So as a lot of you guys know, Saves That Number, the PDF went out to backers yesterday. And I don't know if it went out to anybody who's on drive-through. I think it just went out to backers so far until it actually gets into our hands. So I thought it'd be fun just to make a character. I might make multiple, but we'll see how it goes. I'm probably just gonna make one. We might do some other stuff, but overall, I'm not gonna be looking at the rules too much. Jack and I were talking about doing another big video of us going through the book. Sort of the same thing we did with Atlas of the Latter Earth for Worlds Without Number. So we'll probably do, I mean, that's probably gonna be broken down into chunks because that's gonna be a much bigger thing because there's a lot more in a system book than just a, splat book, so. But without further ado, let's just get started here. And so far, I've said this before in the Discord, but the PDF does look like it's kind of like low res. I don't know why that is. Some people said it's a pre-pod version. Big System Guy Tim, yeah. Tim, you would not want to sit down for hours to talk about this. But yeah, I don't know if it's a pre-pod version or if it's just that, like, a weird upload, but hopefully we get a higher res upload at some point. And also, I know we've gone to, like, the moon and we have some medical advancements, but, like, my little Unga Bunga brain is just blown away that I can just click on character creation and it just brings me there. That's awesome. I am very happy about that. So this, if you're familiar with, I know, right? Hyperlinks, guys, hyperlinks. We got hyperlinks in our PDFs. It's not even a new thing. I'm just like, God damn, you guys are actually doing this? Because the amount of RPG PDFs out there that don't fucking do that. Actually, I shouldn't swear too much, because it's still probably, what are we in? Yeah, probably only like 2 minutes of the video, so I gotta be nice for a little bit. Don't want to get demonetized again. But yeah, so it's nice to have hyperlinks in our PDFs. But if you played Worlds Without Number, if you played Stars Without Number, this is very similar. The only thing is that there's no classes. We'll get into that part later, but the first part is essentially the same, and that is rolling up the stats. I was going to use Foundry to roll it so you guys could see it, but then decided I don't really want to deal with Foundry. It's easier just to deal with a form buildable PDF here, so we're just going to do the PDF. So I think we'll just start rolling stats. Yeah. Well, Cyberpunk is great for that because it's all about being in the middle class. That's what this genre is about, is enjoying a middle class suburban life, following the rules, enjoying a nice future. That's pretty much what we're doing here, Steve. But okay, without further ado, let's just start rolling stats. So it's 36 down the line, and for most of the stuff, I'm going to roll everything we can. Like, I'm going to roll the background, I'm going to roll the contacts, all those things as we get to it. So we're going to roll through here instead of doing the array, and then we can switch one out for 14. So for strength, oh shit, nice fucking 16, oh my god, okay. I'll take 16 for strength. Okay, this is gonna be a beefy boy. Oh wait, no, -1, +1. And also, if it is hard for you guys to read stuff here, I can zoom in and out. Yeah, I know I'm using actual dice. Roll on screen, please, you cheater. Yeah. Okay, well, dexterity is making up for it because that is 7, which is a -1, I believe. 7's -1, yeah. All right. For Constitution, okay, 12. 12 is all right. Dice cam, yeah. I was thinking of getting a dice cam, but I also don't feel like cleaning my desk, so I didn't do it. You guys will just have to take me at my word. Another 12 for intelligence, okay. I mean, honestly, so far, pretty decent stats. Okay. 9 for wisdom, okay. Spoke to you soon. Love how you rolled low. Do you call them out for cheating? Yeah, exactly. I gotta keep you guys on your toes. Okay, and the last one is for charisma. We got 10. So we can turn one of these into a 14. I feel like the dexterity is probably the best one, depending on what we're feeling. I don't really have a character in mind just yet. Hello, Linus. Hello, Bernard. Well, actually, here's the thing, guys. Okay, so this is what's cool about this. It's actually, in Saves Without Numbers, it's actually not bad to have really low, because what ends up happening is you get an extra edge If all your modifiers together equal -1, if I'm not mistaken, you get an extra edge at the beginning. And edges are really fucking good. So it actually makes up, if your stats aren't that good, you can actually make up for it. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, our stats are pretty normal. Yeah, it's a really cool rule because a lot of people get real fucking butthurt about getting low stats, even though, you know, it's like, that's what those games are like. They're pretty brutal. So at least this will make up for that. But I also just think it's interesting. It's a good way to show, like, why does your shitty little man still exist when he shouldn't have, you know? So the edge will make up for it. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Mid, that the collective, when you add them all up, the collective total is -1 or less. But I think for this, we're just going to make dexterity a 14. I feel like that makes most sense. Charisma being 14 could be fun. If we have a strong and charismatic person, that could be fun. But I feel like we're going to go for maybe a basic, I don't know, basic bruiser type. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I should put the 14 in charisma or in dexterity? Oh, you know what? Let's see. Okay, so when we did the Billy Bean stream, my fucking, what's it called? My polls stopped working. Let's see if we can get the polls to work, guys. +1 in dex or charisma. Is it actually working this time? Screw stat array. We're rolling. Why would you ever do a stat array unless you're lame? Except for any of my patrons, if any of you guys use stat arrays, you guys are great. You're the only exception. Alright, I think that's enough time. View results. Oh my, are you guys kidding me? 50-50. You guys suck. You guys are the worst. This is what happened last time. Alright, I'm putting it in dex. I'm making the executive decision. Since you guys can't decide. It's my own fault. Yeah, I know. It really is. Yeah, we're gonna do dex. So we got the 16 in strength. I feel like, you know, we'll just go physical character. All right. So next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the skills. Because the chances that people that are watching this are familiar with Worlds Without Number or are familiar with Stars Without Number, or just, you know, general this kind of genre, or like this genre of game, not genre of like cyberpunk. I'm not gonna go too in depth on everything because I feel like there's a good chance you already know stuff. But after we pick our stats and we add a 14 in dex, we can pick our background so we can see what skills we have. Yeah. So for this, like I said, what I'm gonna try and do for most of this is make rolls or do polls. If the polls keep being 50-50, I might just do rolls. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get more than 50-50. But all right, so I'm gonna roll a d20. We have 20 backgrounds here on the left. So let's see what we get. If we get bum, that will be very funny. We got 20, natural 20, technician, freelance or corp hired. Okay. And we're gonna kind of like build our character and who they are as we go along. Can we click on this? Oh, look at this. Technician's not, we can't click on the actual background themselves. Okay, never mind, this game sucks. Someone check this guy's dice. Listen, I swear it's a natural 20. Look, see, 20. I'll just move it around so you can totally tell. All right. Let's get down to technician. Okay, so the free skill is fix 0. And what I do is that I'm gonna do the 3 rolls. So what you can either do here, I believe, is you can choose 2 on the learning, or you can roll 3 times between growth and learning. That's the Worlds Without Number rules for getting skills. I'm assuming it's the same here, but I should actually check before I just send a bunch of people the wrong message. Let's see here. Yeah, you may either pick 2 skills from learning table, or make 3 random rolls between growth and learning. Cool. Yeah, I'm just the guy in the back carrying all the gear. All right, so we're gonna do the rolls, obviously, because it's more fun. Technician, actually, so I'm gonna do a growth first. We'll see. I would actually like 2 physical. If we can get an 18 strength, that'd be really nice. But that's not a great chance of getting that. 3 +2 mental. Could bring our intelligence up to a +1. That's probably the best bet. I could also cheat, because I don't know if I need to put this in now, if I can just roll all 3 of these and then see where I want to put them. But we'll you know what? We're a technician. I feel like 14 in intelligence makes sense. Will be a +1 intelligence. Let's do another growth roll. 6, any skill, okay. We got that. Oh man, I don't know what I want to go for yet, but let's see. So technician, you know how to fix what's broken, patch what's damaged, and jailbreak what's locked. With the Megacorp's preferring profitable obsolescence to active repair, anyone who can turn legal scrap into legal gear has a role in the streets, and you're good at it. Maybe you worked for a small shop, or freelance for a subsidiary, or even made your own living out of piecework and favors done. An operator team always needs somebody to keep the guns firing and the armor intact, and your talents are critical for that work. Okay. I feel like, yeah, I feel like we're gonna go for sort of like a blue collar, kind of, fixie type. So I feel like what would be interesting would be trade, maybe. I could also see connect. There's a few things here that I think would work. I think maybe we won't make him too combat heavy. Well, not too combat. We'll probably give him like a point and shoot or something. But let's do trade, I think. Oh, actually, wait, no. This is tough. So many choices. No, let's do program. That makes sense. We're gonna be sort of like the skill monkey. All right, and then I'm gonna do one last roll in the learning table. 5. Notice. Okay. That's a good skill for literally anybody, so I'll take it. All right, so we have a level in fix, a level in program, and a level in notice. And we have a +1 in 3 of our stats. It's actually not bad at all. Okay, so with that, we have our background done. So I do like how fast the character creation is. I will say we're probably going to slow down a bit once we get to the edges and foci, or foci, however you say it, because there's a lot of good choices. All right, so next thing we do are contacts, and contacts are only in this. I don't know if they're in stars without number. I don't remember them being in stars without number, but they're definitely not in worlds without number. And this makes sense for all the things you'll probably be doing, where we're going to be dealing with, different gangs, corpos, ripper docs, all that sort of stuff. So I do like this a lot. And so what you can do is you can either have 2 acquaintances or 1 friend. And essentially, this is just kind of, simulating what it's like to be an adult. You don't really have a lot left here. So the acquaintances will help you out with certain things, but the friends, I believe, will go further for you than that. And so I feel like it'd be fun to roll on this. So we have a few different tables here. No, contacts is a new mechanic. Yeah, I thought so. I couldn't. It's been a while since I ran Stars Without Number, because I had a campaign of it like a year ago or so. And that game is not well laid out, so I could have easily missed it. So, let's see. I feel like we'll just roll on these example contacts. I think we'll roll 1 on these 2 tables here, and then we'll roll another acquaintance through these. Let's see what we get. We were all gonna make that joke to Baskar Pay, yeah. All right, so first D20 for example contacts. And I want you guys right now, while you're watching this, I want you to think of some names, because I'm probably going to ask you guys for names for these guys, and then we'll probably do a poll if nobody can. If I don't like one immediately, or people can't decide on what's the best one, we'll do a poll. All right, so I got 14. Security officer working for a specific corp. Okay, that's fun. And the start of our relationship. 4. Loan them direly needed cash or goods. Okay. That's interesting. I could see that being maybe like a security officer who stole or, you know, borrowed some corp gear, and then like needed to pay it back. They lost it, damaged it. We're supposed to only need it for like a night for a job or something, and then, you know, whatever happened to it, and they need money back quickly. So that was like sort of the start of, you know, maybe having a favor called in with them. The goods absolutely could be cyberware. Absolutely. So yeah, I would say I think it'd be interesting if, you know, maybe the security officer stole some cyberware from work, maybe gambled it away, and then really was gonna be in hot water. So our character just gave him some money. We're able to sort of pay it back, or we're able to give them back the cyberware, or maybe they lost it to us in the game, and then we're like, don't worry about it, but you owe me one. So that could be fun. All right. For this character, guys, any name suggestions? Security officer who owes us a favor for loaning them direly needed cash. Zach Quacken, Jimmy Scrambles, Joe Hanzo. These are actually all really good, Tim. I actually like all 3 of those. All right, we're gonna do another poll here, guys, because I think genuinely those 3 are actually great names. Okay, what to name our guy? As in friend, not our guy. We'll get to that later. Okay, we got Jimmy Scrambles. Zach Quacken. Is Zach Quacken like Zach Baggins, but like his duck alter ego? And Joe Hanzo. All right, I'm gonna start the poll. I'm gonna make the duration. Oh, I can only do it in. Okay, whatever. And the poll has started now. You have 1 minute to lock in your votes. All right, poll is up. Oh my fucking god. I swear to God, guys. I swear to God. Okay, I thought for sure it said 50-50 again. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, cool. So Zach Quacken it is. I saw 50% and I was like, oh. Oh, you motherfuckers. All right, Zach Quacken, the security officer who owes us a favor. Perfect. All right, so that is our first acquaintance. And now we're gonna do the one-roll contact tables. So you'll see these a lot throughout this book, as well as the other Without Number books. These will really flesh it out, give you some good ideas of what to do with them. So we'll just go down the line. And I might actually do that, like, just because there's gonna be enough stuff here, I might just need to write down in the notes to remember, and then I'll just do a summary up here in the Friends and Acquaintances one. So first, a D6. 2, corpers and other respectable people. So their general social circle, so they're a corper, okay, is corper, or at least hangs around them as their social circle. Your last significant interaction. Also 2. Oh, wild carouse from a shared payday. Okay. From a shared payday. And next is D10. What do they get out of this? As in, I'm assuming the relationship with us. Four. There is or was a romantic relationship. Ooh. Yeah, we're banging. We're banging. Okay. And then D4. How well do you know them? Okay, this will be interesting after the last one. 1. You just met them within the past month. Okay. You just met them this month. How did we first meet them? 1. Encountered each other as youths. Wait. Oh, wait. Okay. Wait. We're gonna re-roll that because I don't know where the fuck this is going, but it's not anywhere good. 5. We're hired with them on a prior job. Okay, that's probably more like it. Hey, DM Chromie. Thank you for stopping by. And yeah, doing a lot of DCC stuff. You knew them in childhood and then met them again last month. That could, you know what? That's not the worst. I do like we're hired with them on a prior job. I think that is very sort of, you know, classic cyberpunk. So I think what do you guys think? Because I do also like knew them in as children and then haven't seen them in like 20 years. But I think we'll go with or hired. Childhood's cool. All right. Childhood friends lost touch. And D20, what can they do for you? 7. Ooh, help you find profitable operator jobs. Okay, that's pretty fair. So DM Crummy, I do have Cyberpunk Red. I will say I have not played it. I have been planning to run it a bunch of times, but every time I read through the book, I just get, I don't know, a little bit worn down by the amount of crunch, whereas Cities uses the Worlds Outnumber and Stars Outnumber rules, which are a D20 system, and they're pretty like stripped down overall. I will say Cities does look to be a little bit crunchier than the other Without Numbers games, but overall everything seems like it just sort of makes sense, and that it's pretty easy to get your head around. Whereas with like Red and like I think especially Cyberpunk 2020, there's just so many rules and so much rolling that I think it's a little bit too crunchy for what I usually go towards. Jobs for Bang's new initiative. What do we get? What do we get again for that? I think it gives me jobs, right? Was the thing we got? Helps you find profitable operator jobs, yeah. Helps you find profitable operator jobs. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking I think this could be either, you know, woman or a man, or, you know, non-binary. What do you guys think? Give me throw out some names, and then we'll do another poll for what their name is. Let's see what you guys got. Tasha Kozlowski, I like that. That's a good one. These are good. You guys are actually coming out with some good names so far. Hammerstein, nice. I like this. Oh, that's actually good. That's almost like, is that really their name? Will Legumes, and that's a very Bernard name right there, but I do like it. All right. What is our fling's name? I guess is what we'll call him. Tasha Kozlowski. And then we got Hammerstein. And we got Will Legumes. All right. Are there any other ones that got added? Oh, definitely Pondsmith. Meant 2020 to be more simulationist and Red to be more gamey. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, it's nothing against the games at all. It's just usually from what I usually play. But Red looks to be a lot more streamlined And I do like a lot of the art. But the poll is now up, guys. A kind friend of mine also got me Shadowrun as a gift. I think it's the latest edition. I think it might be 5th. And that one I looked through and was like, I might take stuff from this because I do like Shadowrun. I played 2 of the CRPGs, both Dragonfall and Hong Kong. Didn't finish either of them, but did like both of them quite a bit. So I like the world a lot, but I don't think... yeah, they're sexual trash. Firstly, great name. But yeah, no, exactly. Shadowrun is just one of those things where it's like, I love the world, I love the lore. Hey, Hammerstein, I like that. Okay, Hammerstein is the name of our other acquaintance, is the winner. But there's just too much going on with Shadowrun. And the thing is that Cities has magic as, in the back of the book, has rules for magic stuff. As well as in Worlds Without Number, or at least in the Atlas Ladder Earth book, there is loads of foci for different races. So I could see you just taking that, using those foci if you want, and pretty easily making Shadowrun with Cities Without Number without needing all the rules of Cities. Obviously, there'll probably be a lot. If you're like super gung-ho about making sure everything's correct, you probably do a lot more work than that. But I don't think it'd be too hard to actually run Shadowrun stuff with Cities, from what I've seen with it. Hammerstein, casual fling, childhood friend, helps us get sick ass jobs. Alright, so those are our 2 contacts. Zach Quackett and Hammerstein, my favorite comedic duo from the 70s. So that's what we got. Man, all these ads are coming in. I'll leave that. I'm gonna let you guys know right now. There's an ad coming in 40 seconds because Twitch lets me know that now. So I am gonna find the next bit, but I'm basically not gonna go until the ad goes off because that'll be annoying for if you guys will miss it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna run to the bathroom and then I'm gonna grab another drink and I'll be right back. And the ad will start in 20 seconds, so you should have about a minute. Yeah, Twitch, the way Twitch does ads now is really, really obnoxious. I've tried to make sure it's cut down as much as I can, but they really, really want to push people who are streaming to put more ads in, and it's really annoying. Alright, so the ad break should be over now, guys. There's ads for non-subscribers. Yeah, Martin, if you're a sub, then you won't. If you're a sub. If you're a dom, you won't get any ads, but if you're a sub, you will. But yeah, no, if you subscribe, you don't get ads. That's not me saying that you guys should subscribe. I'm just just answering a question to be clear. But okay, so now that everybody's back, we have edges next. So let's see here. You know where your PC came from, but where are they now? What special talents or aptitudes do they have that make them a viable operator? In this part of character creation, you decide what kind of tools your PC uses to what kind of tools your PCs use to succeed in their missions. These talents are their edges. So every PC gets 2 edges at level 1, and then a 3rd one at level 5. The thing is, though, is what I mentioned earlier, which is the underdog rule. And the underdog rule is basically if you add up all your attribute modifiers, and if they equal -1, then you get an extra edge at level 1. Which is honestly kind of better in some ways, because you can get an extra focus. There's a lot of good edges here that you can see. We have ones like you have Educate, which gives you a bonus skill of your choice. Whenever you gain skill points from your character level advanced, you get a bonus skill point. That's really good. I forgot. Yeah, so that one's sort of like the expert. You get that extra skill point every level, which is great. You can get an extra focus pick, because you also will still have foci. We have face, and we have all these different ones. And essentially, so instead of having classes, what you have is just these different edges and then the foci to sort of build out your character, which I think is really cool. And the reason why they say that, they say it right here, is that in fantasy games, you kind of have those archetypes and those sort of, I don't want to say rigid, but you have those known archetypes that people usually play or want to do. Whereas in a cyberpunk setting, everybody's kind of, you know, somebody with a gun, or a ganger and that sort of thing. Like, there's not necessarily as many, different roles. They're a lot more blurred because you could also be like the hacker, but also still be like the meaty guy. Or you could be the drone operator and also the driver. Like, there's a lot of different things you could be doing at once that, like, it doesn't necessarily just put you in one role that fits. So we're gonna have 2 edges because we do not have -1. We're actually doing okay because we have +1 and 3 stats. The question is that what do we want to do? I was saying earlier that I think we sort of see this guy as a little bit more of like a techie guy. I don't think he's necessarily a super combative dude. I think maybe some combat would be good just to balance him out a little bit. But I don't see him being somebody who'll be there a lot in terms of like the middle of the fight. So Ghost could be cool. You are uncannily elusive, gain sneak as a bonus skill, and the fighting withdrawal combat action as an on-turn action for now, for you. So that could be fun if you want to be a little bit more of a sneaky person. I feel like Hacker would work. You maybe begin play with an installed cranial jack cyber system. That could be fun. So Hacker could work for a guy who's like a technician. I feel like that would work. I feel like the pipeline from technician to hacker is pretty obvious, so I feel like we should go with that one. Operator's Fortune can be fun. You may or not be good, but you are undeniably lucky. Once per game session as an instant action, when something bad happens to you, such as an injury, a failed save, or a botched skill check, test your luck and roll 1d6. On a 1, the bad event is unaffected, and 2-5, somehow avert the consequences by blind chance. On a 6, actually lands on an enemy or rival the GM's choice if that's possible. That's actually really cool. Oh, Prodigy is cool. God, okay, there's so many choices here. These are really good. With Prodigy, pick an attribute other than Constitution. Its score becomes 18, and it grants a +3 modifier instead of a +2. Oh man, that's kinda good. Oh, that's kinda good. That could actually make up for not being a very good like shot. Is that like just your base stats? Like you're just like a natural, but you might not be skilled like shooting. Putting that like into Dex could be really good. But I think for sure our first edge will be Hacker, which will make our program 1, which I think is the max it can be now, if I'm not mistaken. Could do Wired, but I think we're gonna hold off on Wired with Hacker. I feel like we need to sort of balance this person out a little bit. I feel like Hard to Kill could be good, just giving some extra health. Killing Blow, gain combat skill as a bonus skill. Whenever you inflict hit point damage on something, whether by weapon, special ability, or any other source, the damage is increased by 1 point per 2 character levels, rounded up. Any trauma die you roll gains a +1 bonus. Yeah, focusing on extra foci is not the worst idea either, because we got some good foci here. A beginning PC can pick 1 focus. Yeah, if you only get 1 focus, maybe getting 2 foci is not the worst idea. So we'll look at that. So we got Hacker, and then for our thing, if we took Focused, we could take 2 levels, either take 1 level and 2 different skills, or 2 levels and 2 different levels and 2 different foci. Sorry, can't speak. 1 level and 2 different foci, or put 2 levels into 1 foci. Ooh, Cyberdoc could be good. If we want to sort of expand a little bit on the Hacker, any skilled medic can implant and maintain a cyber system, but you have a special aptitude for the work. That would give us Fix at 1, I think. Yeah, Fix at 1 and Heal at 0. You start play with a Cyberdoc kit, and you can implant cyberware even if your heal skill is level 0. You gain a +2 bonus on all cyber implants, trigger skill checks. Okay. And the quality of your cyber maintenance improves for level 2, so that could be pretty good. Cyberdoc would not be the worst thing. Expert Programmer. A skilled hacker can program their own utilities, but you take this expertise far beyond the norm. Gain Program as a bonus skill. I believe we would have to put that in another non-combat ability, because I don't know, unless I'm wrong about how foci work, I don't know if we can get 2 in a skill level 1, even with the foci, but I could be wrong with that. Hey, Sundance, how's it going, man? It's going pretty good. We're just looking at the edges and foci right now, which is like the real fun part, I think, of the build. Page 18. Skills. Okay, yeah. If you have the skill level 1 already, you can instead pick any other skill. Okay. Thank you, Ori. So yeah. So any other skill. So if we do that, we can put in something else. That's cool. You know what? I think what we're gonna do, I think we're gonna make this guy sort of an all-rounder. Actually, no, are we? Ah, fuck, this is so tough. There's so many different ways we could build this guy. But yeah, I think we'll put our second edge into focus. Just make our lives a little bit easier here. So we'll do focused, Hyper's Eye, Specialist, Safe Haven, Tinker. Ooh. You have a natural talent for modifying and improving equipment, or as given in the rule on page 46, gain fixes bonus skill. Your maintenance score is doubled, allowing you to maintain twice as many mods. Vehicle, cyber, and gear mods cost only half the usual price in dollars, though experimental component requirements remain the same. So I think we're gonna take Cyberdoc as our first foci at level 1. So fix is gonna become 1, heal is gonna become 0. I'm not gonna write out the whole thing, but I'll just write gets Cyberdoc kit, just remember that, and then the rest of that we can just look at that later. But I think Cyberdoc's cool, and I'd like to put him into something else. Ace Driver could be fun. I feel just like having him be sort of, okay, I'm having so much trouble with what I want to do. I do also like Tinker as the technician thing. Having this be like the guy in the back who just fixes everything I think is cool. So you know what? Cyberdoc kind of makes him a little bit of a healer type. As sort of like a field medic a little bit, and I think Tinker allows him to be somebody who's fixing stuff. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And then we'll do Tinker for level 1 as well. And then I think we can't put into fix, so we'll put into a different one. We'll put it into... No could make sense. No could be pretty good. Trade. Yeah, let's put in trade. I feel like this is gonna be like the guy that like you go and talk to about like getting certain gear and everything else, which could also fall under connect. But I feel like trade's what we're gonna put into this guy. Maybe not necessarily the best with people, but knows where to get stuff. Let's see, what is the trade skill? Just to make sure I'm saying the right thing. Trade. Find what you need on the market and sell what you have. Roll it to sell or buy things. Figure out where to purchase hard to get or illicit goods. Deal with customs agents or run a business. All right, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. Perfect. So, with that, we have our foci. Okay. Tinker, so your maintenance score is doubled. Where's the maintenance? What's the maintenance score? Is that like on stuff, or is that cyber maintenance? Okay. Alright, we'll deal with that stuff later. Okay, so the next part is hit points. Oh god, this could be really bad. So here's one thing I noticed earlier, and I don't know. I'm going to go off of what says in the book here and not what says in the character sheet. But on the character sheet, it's very small, so you guys probably can't see it here. But it looks like it says. I could be wrong here, but it looks like it says, yeah, it says 16 minus level. But in the book it says 15, and I know with Worlds Without Number it's also 15, so I'm assuming that's meant to be 15, not. Oh, right, no, it's 16 minus level, right, so it makes it 15. Gotcha. Boo. There we go. I figured it out, guys. I'm a smart boy. I figured it out immediately. We'll do our hit dice first. Our con is 0, so it's just a straight D6. Okay, 3. Could be worse. Could be 1. So I'll take 3. We don't have on target or hard to kill, so we don't have any extra hit points. We don't have an extra attack, so our attack bonus is 0. Our physical save is you subtract the better of your strength or constitution, so we have 1 in strength, so we have a 14 physical save. Evasion is subtract the better of your intelligence or dex, which are both the same, so that will be another 14. Mental, better of wisdom or charisma, which are both 0, so it's 15. And then luck, luck is just 15. Okay. So that's that stuff. Oh, and our system strain will also be the same as our con, not our modifier, but our con, like full attribute. So we have 12. Okay, this character is actually shaping up to be an interesting character. Not all somebody who's very good at fighting, but that's okay. And also we're gonna put our bonus skill into shoot, just so that they can fire a gun. There's not that much left here. That's cool. After that, we just have to pick our starting gear. We got like a Cyberdoc kit. Just to write this stuff down. Cyberdoc kit. Did we get anything from Tinker? I don't think we did. So we just got a Cyberdoc kit, and then we have. Okay, so I feel like the starting gear that we're probably gonna take is either tech or hacker. Both come with light pistol, magazines, 45 cartridges, ordinary clothes. We have a scrap cyber deck, or we can have a knife. VR crown, that's cool. Smartphone basic, $50 in remaining cash. Or we can have toolkit, lockpick, smartphone basic. I think we're gonna go tech. I feel like the cyber deck isn't the worst thing to have, but I'd prefer to go for the extra weapon and the toolkit and lockpicks. I feel like that will give this character a little bit more stuff to do. So we got light pistol. Damage 1d6, no shock. The trauma die is 1d8. Okay, so the trauma stuff is pretty cool. I'm not gonna talk too much about rules, but I think they're pretty fucking cool. If I'm not totally mistaken, the trauma die is that when you get a lethal shot, it says, which I don't know if that means when you bring a creature down to 0, you roll that trauma die. Everything has a trauma target. So, for example, for this guy, I believe our character's trauma target is 6 base. That might be modified, which I'll check here in a second. But basically, you roll a d8, and if you get equal to 6 or higher, you do like the weapon's damage, but doubled. Or like you multiply it by the trauma multiplier there, which is ×2. Which for light pistol isn't that bad. It's kind of rough, but not too bad. But like for a heavy pistol, it's ×3 on a d8. So like it can get kind of out of control pretty quickly. And I feel like that kind of makes up for the lack of criticals and fumbles. Because if you're getting hit with just a multiplied amount of damage, I can't remember the exact amount, but that just feels like you're gonna have a lot of those classic like stories from like Cyberpunk 2020 games where people like would roll and they get like some crazy shit like shooting someone in the head. I feel like this will be pretty equivalent of just things going bad really fast and the death spiral starting to spin. So that one is pretty interesting, also kind of scary. It seems like this game's gonna be pretty brutal on both sides, which I do like. So it does seem like the characters are a little bit better, a little bit beefier than they are in the other Without Numbers games, with the edges and the foci, but it also seems like it might be easier just to get fucking domed immediately. Yeah, no armor, huh? Oh boy. Oh boy. So I think, oh man, where's the armor? Because I know there's melee and there's ranged armor. Are they just base your dex? Is it just 10 plus dex? For your piece's armor class, record the ranged and melee ranged. Unarmored humans have an AC of 10 against both melee and ranged weapons. Both types of armor class are modified by your dex. Okay, cool. So 11 and 11, and there's 0 armor soak because they're not wearing armor. That's not great. So we got the free bonus skill, which we had shoot for, which I think makes sense. We're probably not going to want to get close in battle with 3 hit points and no armor. I feel that light pistol is really, really like, if nothing else is going right, I guess this person's going to be in combat, but I imagine for the most part they're going to try and stay in the back as the sort of healer hacker type guy. Okay. And so the final touches, we got weapons, armor, starting languages. PCs also have a fluency in additional languages based on their connect and know skills. Okay. Thus we see. Okay, so I guess we only know our own language, cool, because we don't have anything in connect or know. That's good to know. And then we have a pick a name, goal, and ties. All right, guys. Do you guys want to throw out some names for this character? We'll do another poll, see what we get. Because I feel like the great thing about Cyberpunk games like this is that you can just call a guy like Derek, and it works. You don't need like a fancy name. You can do some crazy cyberpunk names, but you can also just name a guy Joe. Garbanzor. Well, there's one. I guess Garbanzor it is, unless we get anybody else. Gurfist. I like how we got Garbanzor and Gurfist. It's a very specific beginning to these names. Bill E. Bean. All right. Go for the Bean name. I will put in a poll here for you guys. We got Garbanzor, because I guess I got like the Garbanzo Bean. And Gurfist, and then we also have Bill E. Bean. All right. I do like Bill E. Bean. This fucking every character we make on stream is just going to be some version of Billy Bean from here on out. We got the mythos so far is we got Yormit and we got Billy Bean. All right, but Billy Bean it is. I guess we all knew it was coming. I guess we all knew that in the end Billy Bean would be. All right, and goals. So, I mean, this is just classic anything with any RPG where it's like, what's my motivation for the character? But there isn't anything in here, like, because you have, like, drives and that sort of thing, but there's not necessarily any list or anything to choose from, so there is one in the back where, I think, page 135, if you are starting to think about what you might want for your character, I did see that there are, like, this creating NPCs, the generator, so you could use the current NPC desires, which I felt for this, since we're rolling on so many different things, I felt like that would probably be the best, and just go with that. With our little technician Billy Bean. So let's see what we get here. Here's D20. 14. They want to leave their current life. That's not going to work for us. I don't think too much. Actually, no, that's not true. I like the idea. Like, yeah, honestly, this is actually, what am I talking about? This is like classic cyberpunk shit. We got to make enough money so that we just got to get enough money so we can get out of this life and go somewhere else, or live a corpo life, or just do that one final job, and then we're good. Then we're out of here. Current goal. Make enough money to get ourselves out of this life. And I think in terms of stuff we need to get done, I'm fairly sure, I don't think I'm missing anything because we don't have any cyberware. There is an extra step that if you take one of the foci, or I think one of the edges, you can start with some cyber gear. I don't think you can otherwise. You need to take the foci or the edge. Wired. Yeah, so if you take the wired edge, then you can start with $200,000 worth of new or secondhand cyber. So that will be the next step that you would do with that. And all things that entail with maintenance, installation, all that sort of stuff. If you don't take this level 1, I don't believe you can actually have any cyberware at the beginning, which makes sense. Because you are using up one of your, huge assets here by using up an edge for that. So there's some pretty cool stuff with that sort of thing. But here we go. Let's just let's do a little recap of Billy Bean here. Billy Bean was a technician, sort of turned hacker / healer type, sort of like a field medic, kind of skill monkey, all around person who can do a lot of different things to, basically help the back line, either hack into, places to, hack open doors or networks, probably fix and sell things like gear, vehicles, that sort of stuff. So this almost feels like Billy Bean's actually more necessarily on a sandbox campaign would be pretty good. Probably feels like more of an NPC character if you're doing like one-shots. I feel like this character, depending on the game you're doing, might not have a lot to do if you're doing a lot of, really, really heavy combat. Because with 3 hit points, no armor, and not a great shoot skill, they might get domed pretty fast, but I feel like for a right kind of experience, I feel like this could be a good one to have. Like if you're doing a heist job or that sort of thing, I feel like this would be good. But yeah, Billy Bean, and oh yeah, Billy Bean has two acquaintances: Zach Quacken, a security officer who owes some money for, owes us a favor for loaning money, and we also have Hammerstein or Hammerstein, a casual fling currently, a childhood friend, and also helps us get new jobs. So pretty well connected on a few different things. And also is, I think, somebody, yeah, I think, Ori, I think they're gonna stay in the van. I think on any missions, they're like, yeah, I'm not going out there. I'm going to immediately die. Especially with the trauma rules. I don't think Billy Bean would be long for this world, at all. At all. But yeah, guys, I think that will be all today. I just wanted to do, since they just came out yesterday, I thought it'd be really fun just to do a quick sort of character creation thing. It was really fun seeing what you guys come out here. This is a great turnout. It was really, really nice seeing all of you. I don't know when we're going to do it, but Wizard and I will go through the Cities Without Numbers book. We're probably going to break that down into a few different videos, I would say, or at least two. I feel like, funnily enough, one 5-hour video for sort of an overall broad view of Atlas worked. I feel like for this, we're probably going to want to be a little bit more granular and also break down like the different chunks. Yeah, it might be a long time. I don't know how long, but I could see Wizard and I breaking down at least a big chunk of it, or going through character creation stuff first and all the things that all the way from character creation to like gear. And maybe combat, and then after that maybe going through like the GM tools and the alternate rules and that sort of thing. So there's a lot to go through. I don't know when I'm gonna get my copy. I am somebody that does like to usually read stuff once I have it in physical. I am trying to get myself more used to PDFs, but I just like physical. But I felt like just for the character creation, it'd be fun to do this and not hard to do at all. And also this took like no time. This was like, if you're just doing this by yourself, you could make a character really, really fast. I think your biggest hurdle is the fact that there are so many good choices. The feats, or not the feats, sorry, the edges mixed with the foci just add so many new things. There's also like magic in the back of the book. You could also take stuff like classes or other things from the other Rules Without Number game, or sorry, the other Without Number games. So there is so much choice, and I am very, very excited to play this at some point. I wonder if Billy Bean will ever show up. Maybe I'll use Billy Bean as just a NPC, contact character, or a backup PC for when I just absolutely obliterate a party because I don't realize how the power levels work in this game just yet. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys had fun. See ya, dudes.